rejuvenation and expansion of the Land Rover range continues apace with one of its most important models, the all-new Discovery. This fifth-generation Discovery has to replace the much-loved, if flawed, previous model but also compete against many capable rival offerings with 7 seats in the large SUV class. It will undoubtedly find itself on the same shopping lists as other upscale off-roaders, such as the Audi Q7, BMW X5 and Mercedes-Benz GLE, which can't hope to keep up with the Land Rover off-road. But in terms of on-road appeal, they were ahead of the old Discovery, which is the main reason why Land Rover has taken pretty much all of what came before, and given it a comprehensive reboot. It now feels much more like a luxury vehicle but without sacrificing practicality. Refreshingly, the more modestly priced versions are arguably the best in the range. The ST4 engine is the pick of the bunch, while both money and weight can be saved by choosing the manual seat folding mechanism. It is the most practical car in the class, and by virtue of this and its even stronger image it will be first choice for many buyers. Improved efficiency, more powerful engines as with the latest generation Range Rover and Range Rover Sport models. The new Discovery moves to a more sophisticated aluminium body and chassis to help reduce weight and improved efficiency. Depending on the model, the weight saving is as much as 450 kilograms, although it remains a large and relatively heavy model at 2.1 tons even in its lightest form. It's moved up market in terms of pricing, see specifications to see how much, but a top-of-the-range 2.08 chassis luxury weighed in at 62,995 pounds at launch. The UK range starts with a twin-turbo 4-cylinder British-made and designed Ingenium engine, developing 240 horsepower at 4,000 revolutions per minute. Land Rover claims that even with this smaller engine, the Discovery can cover the 0 to 62 miles per hour run in 8.0 seconds. Likely to sell less, but be better to drive, will be the turbocharged 3.0-litre V6 turbodiesel, 260 horsepower, and the impressive supercharged 3.0-litre V6 petrol, developing 340 horsepower. All the four-wheel drive hardware its permanent four-wheel drive system drives through an 8-speed automatic gearbox, with the now ubiquitous, to Jaguar Land Rover, cylindrical selector. To ensure it's as impressive off-road as its predecessors, it comes with a low-ratio transfer case for the ultimate in-mud plugging ability. In addition, the Discovery receives all of Land Rover's latest terrain response systems. There is a selection of off-road driving modes, which as well as making the most of its four-wheel drive system, uses clever electronics to keep it from spinning its wheels when the going gets tough. Land Rover says the Discovery is the most capable off-roader it has ever made. It has a 900mm weighting figure, and its maximum ground clearance is 283mm. Not only that, but it has half a meter of axle articulation, which means it can deal with huge potholes and obstacles that get in the way of one side. Butch SVX package from 2018 concerns that the Discovery looked a bit soft saw a rugged SVX package of modifications debut at the 2017 Frankfurt Motor Show, with the intention of injecting some of the toughness that made its predecessor so successful. The makeover includes beefier bumpers with silver-colored skid plates, a raised ride height, roof rails, protruding towing eyes and lots of orange detailing. Underneath is hydraulic active roll control, HARC, designed to make the SVX even more capable off-road, while reducing body roll when cornering on asphalt surfaces. Powering the Discovery SVX is a 5.0-litre supercharged V8 petrol engine producing 525 horsepower and 625 Nm of torque. Not only will it prove to be quick, but also thirsty. Official figures have yet to be revealed, but don't expect it to reach 25 miles per gallon in the real world. That's smart new suit so, despite its sophisticated new looks, which ape those of the smaller Discovery Sport, it's hugely capable off-road. The smoother look will take some getting used to for older Discovery owners, though. Some details such as the stepped side windows and lopsided tailgate are a brave attempt to link it with the past. This is clearly a car that takes its maker up market to fight the Germans head-on. The verdict: the Land Rover Discovery is outstanding in many areas. As a car for large families, it's near unbeatable. Thanks to its sheer size and usefulness, and as long as you're limited by parking space, there are many compelling reasons to buy one. Assuming you can stomach its looks. Sure, it's not as economical or as green as its rivals, but then it makes a much better fist of going off-road when the going gets tough. It's arguable just how often buyers will choose to do this, But in our books, in order to be a good SUV, it needs to excel off and on-road. The Discovery is a great achievement, and one that you can buy with confidence, especially considering its super strong residuals. Just don't expect to be light on your wallet. Read on for the full review to see how the Land Rover Discovery SUV performs. All engine versions are fitted with the 8-speed automatic transmission used elsewhere on Land Rover products, and it is well suited to the car's nature. The entry-level ST4 diesel model delivers performance that in most circumstances is perfectly adequate. It is relatively refined for a 4-cylinder diesel and acceleration is on par for the class if far from quick. But again, this is within the expectation of this car. Refinement is good rather than exceptional, but the Ingenium 4-cylinder diesel engine is quieter than in other Jaguar and Land Rover vehicles. The V6 diesel option brings additional torque -600 Nm compared with 500 Nm, but only an additional 18 horsepower. Acceleration to 62 mph is cut by 0.3 seconds as a result, but unless you plan to tow on a regular basis the additional cost is not worthwhile, with the official fuel consumption figure dropping below 40 miles per gallon. The V6 petrol option shared with the Jaguar F-Pace feels less lively because of the Discovery's size and weight, and turning down the pleasing exhaust note into a far from pleasant whine when driven hard. On-air suspension, standard on all cars in the UK, and with the V6 up front, the Discovery steers with an assured sharpness although you're aware of all the mass that the suspension is having to deal with. The comfort bias is entirely appropriate for a car that is likely to be used for carrying people and their luggage instead of storming down B roads. However, if you should try and hurry it along it will do so, if a little reluctantly. It seems obvious to say it, but Discovery is less engaging and capable than the Range Rover Sport, but less yacht-like than the Range Rover. Which is what you'd expect given the Discovery's position in Land Rover's lineup. Pay your money and take your choice. The interesting aspect of the Discovery's design is that it's been made slightly larger on the outside, and more space has been freed up inside, thanks to the additional length between the front and rear wheels. As well as more room for the rearmost pair of rows, there's additional benefit to the driver, too. Up front, there is plenty of space from the lofty seating position, although the seats are relatively low set in relation to the side windows to increase headroom. Once comfortable head and legroom is comfortable for those up to 6 feet in height at least. The driver, and family, isn't short of space, and Land Rover claims there's 45 litres of storage room alone up front. This includes a deep central console and a hidden area behind the ventilation controls. Compared with earlier Discoveries, this one's infotainment and media system is simple to use and much more responsive than before. Material quality is about on a par for what you'd expect for the money. There's plenty of leather and the cabin plastics feel decent, and although an Audi Q7 feels more tightly built with fractionally better plastics, the Discovery's layout is easier on the eye. The best quality materials are kept higher up the doors, good for those who are likely to get in and out with muddy boots. As expected, the Discovery is a supremely comfortable car. It switches to a more sophisticated suspension setup shared with the Range Rover, which means double wishbones at the front and a multi-link axle at the rear. The upshot is that on all roads, ride quality is superb. Riding on air suspension, it is clearly tuned for ride comfort over handling, even if it also gains a quicker acting steering rack taken from the Range Rover Sport. Most road disturbances are dealt with easily, with only smaller, sharper bumps registering any discomfort in the cabin. Noise levels are good if not the best in class, while seat comfort is excellent. The Discovery is easy to place on the road and feels stable, even dealing with more enthusiastic driving and relative comfort. There are 4 trim levels: S, SE, HSE and HSE Luxury. Even the lowest models ride on 19-inch alloy wheels and come with autonomous emergency braking, a lane departure warning, climate control and Land Rover's 8.0-inch in-control infotainment system. With the SE you get parking sensors, leather upholstery, sat-nav LED headlights, electrically adjustable and heated front seats, dual-zone climate control. Step up to the HSE and you add panoramic roof, reversing camera, heated rear seats, 10-inch touchscreen infotainment. The HSE Luxury model adds rear entertainment package, ventilated seats, all-round 360-degree camera system, 4-zone climate control, 21-inch alloy wheels, Meridian sound system. The Discovery can also be fitted with up to 9 USB ports. HDMI ports are available in rows 1 and 2 and all 7 seats can be heated too, giving every occupant similar levels of comfort. The Land Rover Discovery has a full suite of safety kit fitted as standard, and scored a Euro NCAP crash test rating of 5 stars when tested in 2017. Standard equipment includes audible seatbelt warning, including third-row front-side impact airbags, hazard lights under heavy braking, parametric alarm, rollover deployment of restraints, side curtain airbags, front passenger seat ISOFIX, third-row ISOFIX, adaptive cruise control with queue assist, lane departure warning, driver condition monitor, lane keep assist, rear parking aid, front parking aid, 360 degrees parking aid, park assist, rear view camera, surround camera system, traffic sign recognition and intelligent speed limiter, blind spot monitor and reverse traffic detection, blind spot assist. The Discovery is a large car, and as expected, it's usefully sized for up to 7 adults. If you want to make full use of the huge boot, you'll have to drop at least the third row of seats. There's plenty of space up front. Row 2 offers 3 seats suitable for adults, and the final 2 seats are also suitable for adults. Head and legroom is comfortable for those up to 6 feet in height at least. The intelligent seat fold allows the 5 rear seats to be individually folded or raised from the central touchscreen, buttons on the seats themselves or in the boot, and also via a dedicated mobile phone app. The system can fold all the seats in 14 seconds when operated correctly, but it takes a little practice to navigate the menus and ensure the safety measures aren't triggered, which halts the electric mechanisms.